Okay, hello everybody. It's your boy Joey. I'm not going on camera today because I just can't be fucked. But if you're watching this video, then you probably saw that I released this thing called the Anime Cypher 2019. Which, for those of you who don't know, well, the Anime Cypher, it is this little, I guess, collaborative project that we do in the AniTube community. We've been doing it for several years now, but this is my third year doing it. I started, the first one I was involved in was in 2017, and this would be the third year, 2019. It's basically a little fun collaborative thing where a bunch of AniTubers come together, grab the same beat that gets randomly chosen by whoever decides to start the cipher from this year, and we rap over it. Yeah, or we at least attempt to rap, because let's be real, most of us in the AniTube community can't fucking rap. So yeah, this Patreon video, the secret Patreon video, is a little quick, I guess, lyric analysis of the lyrics I wrote for the cipher, as you can see. Yeah, because last year's one, a lot of you really enjoyed, which, thank you, I appreciate that. But a lot of you were also like, hey, what does, we're trying to figure out, like, what does what mean? I can get some of these references, but I don't fully understand them, or what's he trying to say with this? Kind of, spinning it in a different narrative. So I thought this year I would just fucking give you guys a lyric analysis video. Yeah, just going over the references, what each line means, what I, wanted to try and do with how to construct my lyrics, because the fun thing I have with this whole anime cipher thing is, like, I'm learning how to be a better rapper, or I'm learning more and more on how to write rap, because it's not like a lot of people, I feel, kind of misunderstand rap music because they think it's just like, oh yeah, it's just talking over a beat, but to make it sound good, there's a lot of, like, science behind it, which is what I've learned. There's a lot of, like, phrasing words, rhyming words, and it's not just like rhyming, but like, sub-rhymes as well, which is like rhymes inside rhymes. And yeah, and obviously, with it being an anime cipher, I wanted to make the lyrics have a bunch of anime references in it, but also, in the tradition of diss tracks, if you will, because I kind of construct my anime ciphers as like a low-key diss track to every single AniTuber out there. Not anyone particular, just, a bunch of AniTubers. I kind of wanted to make it, like, thematically like that as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's go through the lyrics. Oh, and also, if you haven't listened to the actual song first, and you'd like to, link is in the description of this video, so go check it out. Alright, so first thing is Bloody Eye. Bloody Eye to the vein, outperforming you weebs. So Bloody Eye is a substance that comes out in the series Cowboy Bebop, which is an enhancer. It's like a physical enhancer, kind of like steroids. So the whole thing of Bloody Eye to the vein is like, I'm pumping the bloody eye into my veins, and I'm outperforming you weebs. Yeah, already right there. That's a deep as fuck reference. I'm sure not many people got. Samurai with a blade, terraforming the weeds. Well, obviously, Samurai with a blade is just, standard shit. But I don't know if a lot of people got terraforming the weeds. I kind of tried to reference the series Terraformers, which is about, a bunch of people turning into bugs and getting rid of cockroach monsters. And a lot of people see cockroaches as, like, the weeds of the insect world. They're kind of like, a lot of people don't really need them. So that's what I was kind of going for with that. So please stop with the act, cop with the fact that I'm out to backdrop you cats. See, there's a triple rhyme right there. Stop with the act, cop with the fact, backdrop you cats. 3 rhymes in one line. Bebop and Champloo, Jin and Jill on you jet black brats. Obviously, Bebop and Champloo is self-explanatory. Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. Jin and Jill, Jin from Champloo, Jill Valentine from Bebop, and Jet Black is, again, another character from Bebop, but I chose Jet Black Brats because it rhymes with backdrop you cats. There you go, another rhyme. Alright, Dot Hack the Game, obviously, Dot Hack series about going into a video game, into submission. Call me Shiroi. Shiroi is from Log Horizon, the lead character from Log Horizon, who is, like, ends up being kind of the master of the video game world. I chose Shiroe. I don't know. I think maybe a lot of people were like, why is Shiroe in this lane, even though he mentions dot hack, even though they're not part of the series. It more so has to do with the next lane. These rats just slap the blame on competition when their subs don't stay. Call me Shiroe and their subs don't stay. Shiroe and subs don't stay are a rhyme, which is why I chose Shiroe. But this lane here, these rats just slap the blame on competition when their subs don't stay, is basically my little diss towards a bunch of AniTubers who, you know, when they make shitty content and they, you know, lose subscribers or they don't get, you know, the same people coming back, aka their subs don't stay, they blame it on competition. They're like, oh, it's because these bigger YouTubers are stealing our subs or whatever, which is bullshit in my opinion. So yeah, that's my little diss to those people. Don't weigh the outcome to just simple luck. Again, that's more has to do with the second line. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm dumbstruck by the level of trash in this garbage dump. Yuck. Yeah, same thing. Kind of going off of that same line. I'm just like shocked at how much shit there is in the AniTube community. Or, you know, how many shitty people there are in the AniTube community. Yeah. Like Food Wars when it's gone bad. Kind of referencing the garbage dump thing with food. Obviously, reference to Food Wars, the show. These rude whores getting slammed by the AniTube dad. That's me, I'm guessing. I'm calling myself the AniTube dad. Thought about putting the AniTube daddy, but that would have been a little weird. And also wouldn't have rhymed with bad, so I just stick with dad. I had to do it to him, excuse the language. That's a reference to the meme, you know, of the guy with his like hands clasped over, being like, I had to do it to him. I don't know how many people picked up on that. Mad and through with it that my vid's got that views advantage. So again, a little diss towards jealous AniTubers who are like, oh fuck this man, this is bullshit, just because I have a little bit more views than everybody else. Cruise over average with knowledge, laughs, ideal flow. So that's kind of talking myself up there, which I will only ever do in rap music because it's a thing that you do apparently. Blues for the real folk, sailing like lead crow. So there are two references here. Blues for the real folk is a reference to the ending song to Cowboy Bebop, the Real Folk Blues. And sailing like lead crow. I don't know how many people got this one, but this is a reference to Sailor Moon. There is a Sailor Scout in the later manga chapters called Sailor Lead Crow, or it's Red Crow, Redokuro in Japanese, but it's pronounced as Lead Crow. Some sailing, as in like a Sailor Scout. Blues for the real folk, sailing like lead crow. So real folk, lead crow. I kind of pronounced these so that they would rhyme. Most of you hoes don't even know the references I'm spitting. Well, fancy that. That's why I'm making a video about it. Babysitting lecherous veterans like my name was Pippin. Pippin is a character from the manga series Berserk, who is a veteran in the Band of Hawks, and it's kind of like the big caretaker for the Band of Hawks, and that's why babysitting lecherous veterans. Yeah. So and this is kind of like me, you know, being like, okay, I have to take care of these little shits in the AniTube community. So yeah, babysitting lecherous veterans like my name was Pippin. Next line. I get the sword blade to the rib cage. You know, obviously just being like, I'm coming for your ass. Motherboard to the membrane. Meaning that I have a computer-like membrane, like brain. Omnipotent Iwakura Lane. Iwakura Lane is the main character from the series Serial Experiments Lane, which is one of my favorite anime series, and she is kind of like this omnipotent being. So I'm kind of referencing myself to that. So ignore fame if you want fame. This is a line that I've been saying at a lot of panels, at a lot of Q&A panels when people ask me like, hey, you know, what's like one piece of advice that you would give to someone who's trying to grow their channel? And I always say this. I say, ignore fame if you want fame. If you want to get quote-unquote famous, don't think about it. Ignore fame if you want it. Just do what you like to do, and in time, this will come to you. Yeah, and it worked well with like the rhyming scheme as well, so I put that in. Strike a chord flame, Lord Kanti. Lord Kanti is the guy from Fully Cooley. Strike a chord flame. I kind of referenced the Pillows, which did the entire soundtrack to the series Fully Cooley, and their chord structures are fire or flame. They're really good. So that was my way of saying the music from Fully Cooley is great, Lord Kanti. Overlord over all that is weak and appalled, like Momonga rose over Shaltir. So this is one giant Overlord reference, as you can tell from the first word in the line. So I am overlording over all the weak and appalled, like Momonga rose over Shaltir, which is one thing that happened in Season 1, where Momonga kicked Shaltir's ass. There you go. 100 pokes to the head, you're already dead. Obviously, a reference to Fist of the North Star, a manga series that I really enjoy. 100 pokes to the head is the Hokuto Hyakuretsuken, which is a move that he does where he pokes an enemy 100 times, and then he says, you're already dead. This is also a sub-reference to the fact that the Omae o mo shindeiru line in the manga is only said once in the manga. Even though it's said many times in the anime, it's only said once in the manga, and that actually happens after he 100 pokes to the head, after he does the Hokuto Hyakuretsuken. Blunder jokes just choke the show's flows like Chaos Head. This was basically my way of saying that, like, crappy jokes that people make like this, because it's a fucking overused meme, even though like 99% of people who use this meme have probably never seen Fist of the North Star, which pissed me off. So this is my way of like basically calling them out, saying like, you know, people who use this just kind of choke the show's flow, you know, just like basically ruin the show, like Chaos Head, which in my opinion was a part of the, with being part of the semicolon universe. So same universe as like Robotic Notes, Steins Gate, all that. Chaos Head I think was a shit entry, so it kind of choked the show's flows as well. Top percentage of the pack with my Rattata. This is obviously a reference to Pokemon, and also the fact that the trainer that says this famous line, like, my Rattata is in the top percentage of Rattatas. His name is Trainer Joey. So I thought that was pretty relevant to me. Got that lolly on my back shouting kakaka. This is a reference to, obviously I don't say this line, I use a sound clip from the Monogatari series of Shinobu laughing. So I was saying that she's on my back. Alright, Zeitgeist in the Shell is our only form of survival. So Zeitgeist in the Shell is kind of a mix, is a play on words of Ghost in the Shell, as Geist in Zeitgeist means ghost in German. But Zeitgeist in the Shell is only form of survival. So this is basically a line saying that the Zeitgeist, which is in German, is the word spirit of the age, or, you know, the now, if you will. Something that is hot and big now is the Zeitgeist, which is basically me saying that, like, in order to survive the Anitube community, you have to be talking about the Zeitgeist. You have to be talking about what is hot right now. And it's our only form of survival. And I used the word Zeitgeist and Ghost in the Shell. Swarming, the flies recycle same concepts like archetypal idols. So the flies are obviously talking about Anitubers, how a lot of people recycle the same concepts, just basically talking about the same shit without changing it up in any way, like archetypal idols, archetypes in anime. So like tsunderes, yanderes, and all that. Those are archetypal idols. Subtitles, dubtitles, recitals of viral arrivals. So this is obviously throwing shade at the whole subs versus dubs thing. And recitals of viral arrivals is kind of similar to this, where you just recite the same viral shit. You recite viral things just to, ride off the train. Prideful buckers in denial for they're entitled to trial. So this is obviously talking about, these Anitubers who can't admit to mistakes and who can't admit to the fact that they're doing this shit. And, they think that they're entitled to, make excuses, so trial, like Danganronpa. Obviously, a reference to the show Danganronpa. Homicidal on the mic, unrivaled like a Spike Spiegel. That's pretty self-explanatory. Spike Spiegel, the beat's evil, no lo-fi for tonight. So I'm basically talking about, making reference to, lo-fi hip-hop being a huge thing. The 24/7 beats to chill and study to thing, lo-fi. thing here. Yeah, referencing that and the fact that the beat used in this song is not lo-fi. It's a lot more sinister sounding. Shout out ASAP Rocky. Or ASAP Rock, rather. Online personas disguise lies fading right to death. The fact that I capitalized personas is a reference to the game series Persona, disguising lies fading right to death. So this is also, not only is this a reference to Persona, but it's also talking about how people fake shit online, and they fake their persona, their online persona, to be someone who they're not, to make themselves look better. But by doing that, you're eventually going to fade right to death. You're eventually going to be irrelevant because you're not real with your audience. You're basically lying to your audience, and if you do that, you're going to fade to death. Catch my breath every day is great, like it's my Juness. So obviously Juness is a reference to Persona. It is the supermarket that appears in Persona 4, and the tagline for that, for the Juness department store is "Every day is great at your Juness." So that's a reference to that. And yes, I put a JoJo fucking Kujo Jotaro yes in there because it rhymes with Juness. Okay, next line. Psychopaths made the joint, point and laugh at exploit. Psychopaths, obviously, it's talking about the show Psychopaths. Point and laugh at exploit half the kids that are way too crass to watch Clanad. So this is basically me saying that like people are quick to judge shows like Clanad because they're like, oh, this is boring, this is too edgy, they're way too crass. And I point and laugh and exploit them because I think they're fucking dumb for thinking that. And rejoice that these slags can't spell culture when they see it. Obviously, another a rip on people who watch anime who obviously can't see that Clanad is fucking culture. It's a great show. Beat it, leave it, vulturing shags like the dad from Onichichi. This line is not really like related to this. I only just used it because it rhymed, but vulturing shags, shag in British English means to fuck, to have sex. So vulturing fucks like the dad from Onichichi, the hentai series. Rupturing the spinal cords down the middle like a shaft headcock. This is a reference to the Shaft series and how every character they do has a giant like head, like they knock their head back, and it's like a really like significant imagery for the Shaft series. And I'm rupturing the spinal cords down the middle because I've always thought shaft headcocks are physically impossible to do. You would straight up break your spine by doing that. Structuring the rhyme flows with a chisel, give them all a bad shell shock. Obviously, me telling them that my rhyme flows are sick as fuck, boy, and I'm giving you guys a shell shock. Because you're all probably shocked at the fact that this isn't 100% cringe, or maybe it is. I don't know, I don't care. Harder than bedrock, fuck a futa through the back door. Futas are, futanari, girls with dicks, because I like them in my hentai. And harder than bedrock is talking about my dick as I fuck a futa through the back door. Yeah, weird line, I know. Girl on the shore, finish your ma off with a claymore. There's two shows I'm referencing here. Obviously, Claymore is one of them. And I'm saying finish your ma, like Yorma, which is the name of the monsters in Claymore. But when you don't see the lyrics, it sounds like yo ma, like yo mama. So I'm finishing your mama off with a claymore. Your ma off with a claymore. And Girl on the Shore, I just put in there because it rhymes with a claymore. Off with a claymore, Girl on the Shore. Girl on the Shore is a series by Inio Asano. Fucking fantastic manga series that I really liked. Also kind of referencing the girl on the shore being your ma. And I'm finishing her off with a claymore. Yeah. Okay. This paragraph here is kind of me being real with you guys and kind of, expressing how I feel about this whole thing. So there really isn't any anime references in this, but it's really just kind of a look into like how I feel about this whole thing. Sure, I'm not the best that I deserve to be, which just in terms of YouTube, I do think that, but I am blessed that you're all there for me virtually, which I am. The fact that you're even watching this video means you're supporting me on Patreon, so thank you very much. Virtuously surviving numerous yellow cozening bandits. This is a really fucking obscure way of saying I have been surviving the adpocalypse. Numerous yellow cozening bandits is the yellow demonetization symbol. And I call them cozening bandits because they are sneaky little shits cozening that steal ad rev bandits. So I am surviving virtuously these fucking demonetization shit. Damaging my wallet, my pride, and my poisoning hippocampus. So obviously it's damaging my wallet because they're fucking taking my shit. My pride, because it's like, what the hell's the point? I worked on this and, I'm not getting anything back for it. And my poisoning hippocampus, which is talking about like just my mental state deteriorating from the stress of this. Yeah. All right. Maggots, leeches, and Tokyo Ravens. Originally this was going to be, this was going to have a capital F instead of a capital M, but I thought that would have been a little bit too raunchy, so I changed it to maggots. Maggots, leeches, obviously talking about how a lot of people on YouTube like to leech, just a lot of YouTubers like to leech people, and Tokyo Ravens. This is a reference to the show Tokyo Ravens. Expectations dropping faster than Hentai Haven. So this is basically my little diss at Hentai Haven, of like their expectations as a hentai site, even though they were illegal hentai site, and the fact that they haven't come back yet. So yeah, so it's the expectations are dropping faster, and when I say expectations, I'm talking about the expectations of these leeches. Yet I'm craving for the day someone can take my place, and it's true. I'm technically, if you don't include my girlfriend, I am like recognized as the AniTuber with the most subs, but I'm kind of fucking done with that. I don't want to be, so I'm craving for the day someone can take my place and face all the hate and weight I had to face. It's talking about how all the shit I had to go through by being at the top. Checkmate this, mate. And then we go into the second part of the song. How long is this video already? Really long. Okay, I'm sorry. This is going to be a really long video. Alright, second part of the video. Oh, the song. Where it speeds up a little bit. Hey, this ain't a game, bruh. I'm not finished yet. This is kind of in reference to the whole checkmate thing. I'm talking like it's like a chess game, but this ain't a game. I'm not finished yet. Gotta let my inner wee beast out now, bet. Which is me basically saying like, I'm about to fucking spit bars in Japanese for you all. So, yeah. Here is the second part. Now, I've never written a rap in Japanese before, so it was really interesting to kind of figure out how it works, but I think I did a pretty good job. It sounded alright near the end. By the way, by the time I'm recording this video, the actual anime Cypher hasn't gone live on my channel yet, so I have no fucking idea what to expect. Like, people might have fucking hated that video. People might have loved it. I don't know yet. It's not live yet. So, yeah. Anyway. So, let's read some Japanese rap lyrics and decipher them. 瞬く間に来たる大和魂. So, I think, how did I translate this again? It was, with a blink of an eye, the Yamato Damashi, this Japanese spirit arrives. So this is basically me saying like, and before you know it, here I am fucking spitting Japanese. Kamabishi yakara dochi. So kamabishi means fucking annoying and loud. Yakara, like people. Dochi, where are they? So basically fucking throwing shade at fucking annoying ass AniTubers who love giving me shit. Nichi mo sachi mo bitch ni baka baka. So everywhere I look, there are bitches and fucking idiots. Bakas. Yapparakusho kotoshi mo katta. You know what? In the end, this is a fucking easy win. I win this year. Once again. Otaku bunka o kiwameru oji. The prince that has, established otaku culture. Obviously fucking talking myself up here. Ryogoku habikoru gigantes oji. So orgy is the Japanese word for an Australian Japanese, which is what I am. I am an orgy. Ryokoku habikoru gigantes. So I'm the gigantus, the giant that resides in both countries. When I say both countries, I mean in Australia and Japan, obviously. Kihon anime no chishiki nandoku. So even simple anime, you struggle to understand properly. このフローでさえ字幕に頼る. Even with this sick flow, you rely on the subtitles, which is a huge fucking jab at, everybody else in the YouTube community who, without fucking subtitles, you're essentially fucked. Whereas, I'm not. I'm okay without it. God, I sound like a dick I sound like an absolute cunt trying to, like, explain how you're all shit through the rap I wrote, but hey, I don't know how many people are gonna fucking watch this. I don't care though. 嫉妬妬みは怖いぜ. So jealousy and hatred is a scary thing. 懺悔ようぜ. Let's repent. Let's admit that you're doing it because you know you are. 残酷すぎるテーゼ. The cruelest of thesis. This is a reference to Cruel Angel's thesis, the opening to Evangelion. 砕けないぜダイヤモンド. I'll never break Diamond. Obviously reference to Diamond is Unbreakable, part 4 of JoJo. 笑って思うつぼ明日のジョー. So I'm laughing at you, and you're, I it's so easy to predict you. 明日のジョー, which is a boxing manga from the 60s. So I can predict what you're going to do, like 明日のジョー. 作画原画意味も知らずしよう. So you use words like sakuga and genga without fully understanding what it means, which is true. A lot of anitubers tend to use these words, not knowing what the fuck they mean. They're just like, oh, Japanese words that sound cool and make me sound pseudo-intellectual, when you fucking don't even know what these words actually mean. So it's my little jab at that. エセ評論家どもを始末しよう. So let's annihilate all of these pseudo professionals who think they fucking understand what they're talking about in anime when they really don't. Again, a little jab, much like this line, at mostly sakugatards. 単語暗記で優越大多数. So just because you've learned a few words, you think you're better than everybody else, which is true for a lot of sakugatards. 旅券発行もしたことないカス, even though you have never even registered for a passport in your life, i.e., you've never fucking gone outside of your country or even your house. And how do you expect to think that you understand another country's culture without even having traveled outside of your own country? So that's I was about to say little jab. That's a massive jab. This whole paragraph is a massive jab at sakugatards who are predominantly the audience that doesn't like me for whatever reason, even though I've never interacted with them. So yeah, there you go. It's my reference to that. 侮るがごとし少し羽目を外し歴史. Obviously as well, I tried to use with the Japanese lyrics as well. I tried to use kind of similar tactics and techniques, rhyming and rapping techniques in my English, and applied it to my Japanese, and I think it worked alright. Anyway, 侮るがごとし少し羽目を外し歴史. So don't underestimate me. You get a little offhand, just a little bit, and you're gonna drown. In other words, don't underestimate people. Don't step out of line. Otherwise, you're gonna drown in this attitude pool. ハングリー精神下げすみの日々. So you're obviously hungry for fame and power, and you fucking 下げすみの日々. So every day you just shit talk people. これを仲間と呼ぶの君. Do you really call these people your friends when they do all this shit? Yeah. 反逆の時間だLelouch. It's time for a comeback. Lelouch, obviously reference to Lelouch of the Rebellion. 科学的な伝言ルージュ. I don't think people. I'm gonna guess not many people understand this reference. So Luge and Dengon. There is the opening track to Kiki's Delivery Service is a song called Luge no Dengon. I don't know how to translate that, but yeah, that's a reference to that. I decided to use that because the only thing that rhymes with Durushu is Duju. So I kind of crammed that in. 袋のネズミ小僧どもに送るこのラップでガタブルってる. So, this is like a direct message to everybody listening to this and like, relating to the things that I'm saying. You scared of this rap? Because I'm fucking calling you out? Eat shit. Yeah, hardcore rapper. I feel like I feel like I went a lot harder in the Japanese rapping than I did in the English rapping. But yeah, anyway. 一つ不満を見つけはツイート. So you find one thing that you don't like about me and you immediately tweet it out. 見られてると知らずの軍地の. And yet your mob mentality makes you think that I don't actually see these tweets of you shit talking me, which is true. There have been a lot of, I'm not going to give examples, obviously, because I don't want to give any of these people fucking any attention, but there are a bunch of anti-tubers who have publicly tweeted me out for dumbass shit that they don't like about me, not thinking that thinking that I never see them, but I do. I mean, if you shit talk me, I'll see it. Anyone will see it. It's really fucking easy to just look up your name on Twitter and find people shit talking you publicly. And some of these fuckers don't even at me, which I just find to be such a pussy move. So, anyway. 不眠症中二病ウピ主. So you're a sleepless 中二病, like just, anime only mentality uploader. Obviously poking fun at, these people. 剣を憎悪に飲まれ墜落し. You'll get, you swallow too much hatred and, hatred towards me. You're gonna fall and die, which, will happen. Don't be a dickhead to people on the internet, especially people you have never even interacted with in real life. 肩書きもろくに何もないし, even though you have barely nothing to your name, you still manage to shit talk people on Twitter, which I just don't fucking understand. I don't understand publicly shit talking people on Twitter, just to begin with, but I also don't understand how you have so much self-confidence even though you have nothing to your name, other than you being a small-time manituber. 半世紀も自信妄想し, so you think you're gonna last half a century with what you already have when you're just full of shit. 必死に登り続ける尻目思いを消えてくれてありがとう. So, meanwhile, you do all of that, I'll keep climbing up, minding my own business, just improving on myself, and I'll think to myself, thanks for disappearing. 消えてくれてありがとう. Thanks for disappearing. Because your hate has fueled my self-improvement. Now, this paragraph is where I kind of talk myself up to people, because I figured that, if I called people out in saying that, like, you have nothing to your name, the people are going to be like, well, then what about you, Joey? Do you have anything to your name? So this paragraph is basically me saying, yeah, I do have things to my name, because, unlike all these people who hate me for whatever reason and think that everything just gets handed to me, I've worked pretty hard in life. I would say I worked pretty hard in life, and this paragraph kind of explains that. So, 漢検2級日本語検定 N1. So, kanji proficiency, I got level 2, which is the third highest proficiency you can get. Yeah, not many Japanese people even have this. I always surprise local Japanese people when I tell them that I have this. 日本語検定 N1, Japanese proficiency N1, which is the highest you can get. Basically, if you get an N1, you can get a job in Japan anywhere. And I got that while I was in high school, because I studied hard, because, you have to. 成績優秀恋愛も円満. Good grades and my romance, and, I'm romantically satisfied with my lovely girlfriend. 努力、気力、知力の塊. Katamari, like a collection of, 努力、気力, and 知力. So, wisdom, knowledge, power. 業界に足跡日々雨上がり. So I left a footprint in the industry, in the anime industry, and every day I'm rising higher and higher. なのに, and yet, with all of this, yet, I'm suddenly on the wanted list. I'm suddenly being targeted by people who don't like me for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm suddenly targeted by all these people, which I don't fucking understand. 勘違い、間違い、噂、新世界. So, people mistake me, they just falsely accuse me, they spread rumors about me. 新世界, which is a reference to Shinsekai Yori, another series I really enjoy. I just put that in there because it rhymed with this scheme. 真相心理関係ない. No one cares about the actual truth about me. No one cares. These anitubers who talk shit about me and have never even met me in real life, never talked to me ever, They just watch my videos and they assume they know everything about me. They don't care about the truth. They just want to hate me for whatever reason. This doesn't just apply to me. It applies to everybody on the internet. Tomo wa Rui o yobu zarigoto tsukai. So this is I doubt anyone got this reference. This is a reference to the Zarigoto series, which is a novel series by my favorite author Nishio Ishin, the creator of the Monogatari series. And there is a line in the Zarigoto series, which is Tomo wa Rui o yobu, which is a play on words of Rui wa Tomo o yobu. So this kanji and this kanji is actually swapped around in the actual thing, which is a saying which is like, similar people, a person with a certain nature will attract other people of similar natures. And it's basically me saying like, people who talk shit about me and target me and spread rumors and lies about me will attract other people like that. But by flipping these kanji around, I made a reference to the Zarigoto series. Alright, second to last line. Ina shinobi wa kasu. It's like, no, the shinobi is faint. The sneaky guys are faint. They're only a small. So this is a double reference. So by the kanji for shinobi and kasuka were I've chose these in particular because shinobi is obviously a reference to shinobu, my waifu, and kasuka, this kanji right here, is the same kanji that is used in Yu Yu Hakusho, which is another series I really enjoy. And obviously by using shinobu, I kind of referenced it back to the Zarigoto series because it's done by the same author. But this is basically me saying like, the sneaky are faint, the shinobi are faint, these sneaky fuckers who come out and shit talk me by not even adding me on Twitter, they're faint. They're only a small minority. Oni ga deru ka ja ga deru ka. So this is another saying in Japanese. Oni ga deru ka ja ga deru ka is a real saying in Japanese, which means either the beast, the oni comes out, the beast comes out, or the snake comes out. And it basically is a saying which is like, we don't know what's next. You don't know what's next. No one knows what's going to come next. But this is also a reference to the Monogatari series, because Oni and Hebi are two creatures that come out in the Monogatari series. Yeah. Chimimoryo, lots of, Chimimoryo means like lots of, it's a word that means like lots of spirits, which is again another reference to the Monogatari series, and also Yu Yu Hakusho. Okami ni koushinryo hibou chusho. So all these three phrases all kind of rhyme with each other, which is why I chose them. Okami ni koushinryo, giving spice to the wolves, which is obviously a reference to Spice and Wolf, a very good series I very much enjoy, but it also is like giving spice to the wolves, giving ammo to the haters. Hibou chusho. And by giving ammo to the haters, they try to defame me. Yeah, I know. Fucking depressing lyrics, aren't they? This is the life of a YouTuber. Okay, last paragraph. 宗教的な喧騒云々. Religious levels of shit talking. 幸せ殺しておやすみぷんぷん. So this is obviously a reference to Oyasumi Punpun, one of my favorite manga series of all time. You kill your happiness by doing all of this shit, which is what actually happened in the series Oyasumi Punpun. Punpun, the main character, he destroyed his happiness, he killed his happiness and went to sleep. これにて最初は突入. And with that, we enter the final arc, the final story. Obviously, a reference to like, just general anime shit. Adieu, omae wa mou shindeiru. Obviously, omae wa mou shindeiru is, fucking reference to Fist of the North Star, which I made a reference to back in the English thing. And adieu is just like, see you later. I thought about putting arrivederci as like a JoJo reference, but I couldn't fit that in this rhyme scheme or just flow scheme. So I ended it with just adieu. And there you go. That is my lyric breakdown of the Anime Cypher 2019. Sorry if this video was ridiculously long. It's like fucking 40 minutes long. Jesus Christ. I didn't think it would be this long. If you watched, if you cared about this video at all, then thanks. Appreciate it. Now you know all the references. So yeah, you can go down into like the comments of the actual Anime Cypher video and fucking act smart and intelligent towards people trying to figure out what my lyrics might mean, if anyone even fucking cares. Again, this video hasn't come out yet by the time I'm recording this, so I don't know if people can enjoy it or not. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching this video, and enjoy the cipher. Enjoy other people's ciphers as well, which I've linked in the description of the actual Anime Cypher. Yeah. And if you're an AniTuber yourself, you're tagged. Go ahead and get the beats to Aesop Rock's Dorks instrumental. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. And, spit some bars. It's a fun little collaborative project that I'm really glad Lou, Talks Anime, started this year, my good friend Lou. But yeah, a lot of smaller AniTubers doing it. And it's also a great way, at least for me, to, like, find new AniTubers. You know, people who are, like, open enough to, like, participate in this. It's really fucking cool. And it doesn't matter if you suck or not, it's just a matter of if you had fun or not, yeah? It's all about practice. So there you go. I'm gonna stop talking now because this video's already long. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.